Tempted to sit on the stairs to wait, Cecily drummed her fingers on the banister instead. However, the first person to emerge from the parlour was not Lily, but Harold. He seemed about to close the door when he caught sight of her. Immediately she looked in the other direction, as though he was of no interest to her, which of course he wasn't, except for his imagined resemblance to her favourite literary hero of the moment. After a pause, she risked a glance back toward the door. He still stood there, watching her. He did not bow, simply began to walk toward her, his pace slow and somehow predatory, like a large stalking cat. Her heart lurched with alarm, but it was not in her nature to show fear, so she simply regarded his approach with what she hoped was haughty disapproval. His dark hooded gaze dipped, unhurriedly taking in the rest of her before returning to her face. A faint smile played around his lips as he raised his hand to his heart. The very instant that I saw you, did my heart fly to your service. How may I assist such patient beauty? His voice, deep and beguiling, seemed to slide under her skin. If he had looked an attractive man at a distance, close up he was devastating. Large, physically overwhelming, and yet his black eyelashes were long and thick, such as any woman might envy. His deep, heavy-lidded eyes glinted, at once teasing, tempting, and distracting. But fortunately her mind still worked. How may I assist such patient beauty? By not quoting words from Shakespeare among your own, she said shortly, as you go about your business. His smile widened, adding a sardonic twist to his humour. I don't pretend they are my own. I merely borrow to make up for my deficiencies. As for my business, do you mean mine does not connect with yours? She raised one eyebrow, a devastating trick that had brought grown men to their knees. How could it, when we have never met? The stranger appeared to be immune. I conduct business with many people I have never met. She curled her lip. I do not conduct business at all. He tilted his head. Although his eyes never broke contact, she had the impression she had surprised him. Lily emerged from the parlour, giving Cecily the excuse to step around him. As she did so, she caught the faint whiff of brandy on his breath. "Lily, might I trouble you for a glass of milk for my aunt?" she said briskly. "Of course, but thank you," Cecily interrupted, and whisked herself upstairs. When she glanced down from the landing, Lily had vanished, presumably into the kitchen, but the stranger still stood at the foot of the stairs watching her. Her heart seemed to twist. She couldn't work out whether the feeling was pleasant or not, but it certainly churned her up. What in the world was that about? "Something strange is going on in that parlour," she told her aunt, "and I'm convinced Harold is at the root of the business, whatever it is." "Mind your own, Cecily," her aunt said, swallowing painfully. Cecily frowned. "My own what?" "Business," Aunt Barney said dryly. "Oh, is that my milk, do you think?" she added hopefully as footsteps hurried across the landing. "Come in," Cecily called to the knock, and Lily entered bearing a large glass of milk, which she took straight to Lady Barnaby. "Thank you, Lily," Cecily said gratefully as her aunt sipped the milk. "Tell me," she added quickly as the girl turned to go, "who is that rude man who spoke to me downstairs?" Lily glanced about her with something very like fear. "Oh, my lady, you don't want to go talking to him? It's not at all suitable." "Why? Who is he?" Cecily asked again, even more intrigued. Lily lowered her voice. "Lord Verne." Lady Barnaby all but choked on her milk. "Verne?" she spluttered. "Verne? Under this roof?" "The sinister Baron himself,"